Yeah, it's been something that's been on my mind all morning. I kind of woke up, saw all the news. Hits a little closer to home just because I was just there, especially for a charity event. So it makes it harder when you can see where it is. You know, you see all the video and puts things in perspective too. Kind of makes it hard to talk about a fight, especially. But you know, it's really going to test my mindset and see where my focus is and make sure that I keep things because it could have been any one of us. So.
Well, as you know, obviously Tony was here the other day. Has a lot to say about fighting you as opposed to fighting maybe Conor or. You know, I'm just curious what you take on this interim title. How much does it mean to you, and how much would you prefer to be fighting somebody else, maybe other than Tony? I don't know.
No, Tony was always the fight to make. You know, he disrespected me. I don't put up with it. You know, especially what happened last night. It kind of, you know, at the end of the day, like I might talk a lot of shit. Like we gonna go back and forth. You know, we might not like each other right now, but I'm trying to take money out this man's mouth, out his family's mouth. He's trying to do the same to mine. He's gonna be a little more disappointed because I know how bad he wanted, and it just ain't gonna happen. But I wish him nothing but the best, and after the fight, I hope him nothing but good things. You know, so you know, yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more shit. We still gonna get into it. We was gonna get into it anyway. We was gonna fight anyway, whether it was for this gold championship or not. So you know, I'm looking forward to it.
So there's nothing he said that's bothered you more than anything?
No, Tony don't bother me. You know, I don't see there ain't no room for emotion in this game, especially when he talk. Like I don't give a, you know, yeah, he might have said some disrespectful stuff, and like, I mean, we just gonna have to get into a fight. It's cool. Like I done fought many of my friends, so it's cool. It ain't gonna be nothing. You know, I ain't holding nothing against him.
Yeah. DJ, do you have a pick in that fight?
I already told him what he's got to do. I already told him it's gonna be a tough fight. You know, Tony Ferguson is well rounded and he's very unpredictable. I would say that's his my personal his greatest strength, and he's always he's tough and he jumps for the legs and he goes everywhere. He's not scared to. And Kevin Lee, he's very athletic, very durable. He has a great ground game himself. Good at taking it back. Very athletic, very explosive. Still young, getting better. So it's gonna be a great fight.
I think when you look at it and you say a man is tough, and that's his biggest attribute, that ain't good for him. He talk about all his training and running with mountains and running with the bears. Like that's just gonna let him take a longer ass whooping. That's it.
But
I don't think
good in the scramble and everything. It's not like he's
true.
more than
It's
just
true,
tough. I mean, he pulls out that Darce out.
He does well, and I've always given Tony respect. I think he's been the #1 contender for a long time. Where he's been down, come back and win, and that's something to be said about. That's his skill? No, I think the dude's full of himself. I think he feel himself. He feel like I don't know. I'm gonna show all the holes in his game. I don't think he goes back and fills up those holes. You know, every time, win, lose, or draw for me, I go back, I reassess my skill, I see where I need to make improvements, and I do. And I don't think he do that. So I think that's what this gonna really show, and I think that's the future of MMA. MMA is still so new. It's still so evolving. If you stop evolving, you start dying. So I'm ready to go out there and kill him.
You know, DJ, you're somebody who always keeps your composure in a fight. I don't feel like we ever see you get flustered. And Tony is a person who, like I just said, can pull these things out in a scramble. What is that mindset? I mean, there is something a little different, kind of living in that chaotic moment and being okay with it.
Yeah, we always talk about it in the gym. You never want to feel something that you never felt before, first time in the octagon. So, training with Matt Hume, Brad Curtin, and a lot of guys that I train with. I've trained with guys from Japan, Mizuno Sakurai. Wiki, Spencer Fisher, James Pover, Rich Franklin, Matt Brown, Tim Boach. So I've kind of been through all of them. I remember freaking Matt Brown, he'll come in the gym, he goes, death match. I'm like, what the fuck's that? He goes, go. And he just light me up. I'm like, dude, I'm 140 pounds. You're like a 170-er. I'm not going to do death match anymore with you. So, and that's how I think the composure comes from. I fought the heaviest hitters in this division, the best in this division. And after a while, you just go through it and you gain composure with, whether you're just spitting octagon.
What's Borg's biggest weapon against you? What makes him most dangerous?
All of them have different weapons. Obviously, Ray Borg, he's young, he's healthy. Hopefully, he stays healthy, and he's with a great camp, Great Jackson, and we'll see what happens.
You've always been, again, like I said, so composed. But how frustrated were you that this happened? and it didn't get to that.
You know, it's unfortunate, you know, but at the same time, you know, like I said, I wanted to thank the UFC for calling me and let me know that instead of finding from, you know, on internet or Twitter or Aero Hawani or whoever it is. But it's you know, it's only so much you can control. So now, went back home, started training again. 4 weeks passed. Here we are today.
Something interesting Tony said the other day was actually, I think he even used the word upset or something when he found out that you guys were going to headline over you.
Tony said that?
Yeah, and it was interesting because then we said, well, did you not want to? And he said, well, I didn't say that. Again, I'm paraphrasing a little, but I feel like there was a comment made about you guys instead being the headliner. So I'm curious what you feel about that.
Yeah, you know, obviously this is Tony and Kevin Lee's time. You know, I had my opportunity to headline UFC 215. It was taken away from me, so I don't see it right or justice for me to headline UFC 216. This is their card. I'm thankful the UFC were able to make this fight happen so soon and get on this card. So
even in light of the history you could potentially be making?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bro, man,
to me, I don't give a damn about it. And like, to me, the fight is all the same. Whether we fight the first fight of the night or we fight in a bar, we fight in my backyard, whatever, the fight is gonna be the same. Whether we headline over, Demetrious, he gonna go out there and he gonna do his thing, and he gonna do that regardless, headline, whatever. Like it's just, you know, people talk about, oh, you changed this, you changed that. Like, nah, y'all really just changing. It's just, you know, whether you want to put me in one spot or the other, it don't make no difference. To me, I'm still gonna be the same.
But it is different when you're the headliner now. You know what I mean? When you're for you, I'm just saying mentally, people do recognize that it's a little bit different sometimes.
Yeah, it's different for people, but for me, it's no different. No different. Like I approach the fight all the same. Once you get in there, it's me and him, and it's the same. You know, same ref, same everything else. It don't matter.
Kevin, do you feel like this interim belt? Do you think it's going to become like the championship? Like, do you think Conor is ever?
Yeah, I think it already is. I think it already is the for the real championship. People talk about that, like Conor being in it. To me, he got to prove to me that he's ready to fight. As far as I'm concerned, the man has lost 3 of his last 4 fights. You know, I don't even think he beat Nick Diaz the second time. So, I mean, I like a big challenge. So he got to show me a little bit. You know, he's a small dude too. He's 145. He was getting out wrestled by a dude that's 40 years old and a boxer. You know, he was beating him in the clinches and out wrestling him. And I mean, you got to show a little bit more than that to me. So after this one, maybe I might give him a shot at the title. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he kind of react. Maybe he should fight Nate again and prove that he can be a type fighter.
So are you saying that if Conor comes out and says I want to fight Kevin Lee, you might not take it?
I mean, it'll be on my terms. It'll be on my timetable. I'll see when you know, I'm expecting to take some damage in this fight, especially you know, I'm doing the hard work. I'm doing the heavy lifting. I'm fighting Tony. Nobody wanted to fight Tony. Conor didn't want to fight Tony. So you know, it'll be on my timetable. I'll tell him when we gonna fight. If we fight on St. Patrick's Day, maybe that might make some good business for me. So I don't know. I'll see.
Demetrious, Kevin, I think it's interesting both of you are here today. We look at the NFL, we look at the NBA, and there's an entire conversation happening about being socially conscious and socially aware. I'm curious on both of your thoughts on what you've seen in the other sports, and have you guys and other fighters, other black fighters, had conversations about what's happening outside the octagon?
No.
Not at all? Okay. You can?
I seen, you know, I really had to take my hat off at the press conference. I had so much respect for him for that, just because they could crush the man that he did. It's just a big inspiration for me, especially as a black athlete. You know, like, and for some reason everybody want to shy away from it. Like, that's just what I am, and that's the kids that are looking up to me. I'm trying to show them we came from the same situation. With a little bit of face punching, a little bit of hard work, a little bit of dedication, shit can be different. Now, to me, the way to solve it is to change those kids' minds, you know? Change, like I said, I started this hashtag 25 to life because when I was growing up, I was never a bad kid, but I was at this time, you know, that I'd be doing 25 years. For no, you know, it's just the way that my mind, you can be a world champion at 25, and really a gold belt that'll make a difference in it. You know, you can think like a world champion even when you're 19 years old, and that's what I try and bring to my brothers. That's what I try and bring to the kids that grew up like me too. So for somebody like LeBron James that's already been there, done there, the man got $1 billion. You know, he got enough money to run a country And for him to stand up for the little folks, I really had to give him my hats off to him. I just wish that my voice was a little bit bigger. I think with that gold belt around my waist, it will be. So, we'll see.
Has Dana had any conversations with you and the other fighters just about anything regarding this at all?
No, but we should.
Are you talking more about like the national anthem, people doing that stuff, or just
the anthem coming out in some of the other leagues at all?
At the end of the day, the real important thing is creating a dialogue. Getting people to talk about it. It's crazy that I can't think of no other protest that gets backlash. You know what I mean? Nobody comes out against breast cancer awareness and say, oh, you shouldn't be standing up for this, oh, you shouldn't be standing up for that. The fact that people are standing up against a protest is kind of proof in itself that shit ain't right. That we need to keep having these talks, keep having these dialogues, and that's really all I think that people are trying to do is create that. And to have somebody like, I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna say that, then I'll be. To have somebody like the president that people like look up to, you know what I mean? Like to have him like creating a rift between people just don't make sense. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna bring it back to the octagon now. You have a history of getting mama jokes out on folks. I remember you and Chiesa, you had the references to mamas. Fox Sports, we did a feature on you, and you talking about Tony Ferguson's mama, and you and Karen were talking back and forth.
I talked about Tony Ferguson mama.
Your quote was when we interviewed you with your mom, and you said, "Well, my mom's probably gonna be crying during the fight, but his mama's gonna be doing more."
Oh yeah.
So I just noticed we picked.
No. Okay, well look. It wasn't no mama joke even said to. It wasn't even no mama joke said to Chiesa. Right. I told him that his mama gonna be there, so show up. I ain't think the man was gonna show up.
Right.
That that ain't really a mama joke. Look, I keep it real with people. Like I'm gonna tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not. And I'm keeping it real. His mama was there. I seen her. She was there. And I guarantee you, Tony's mom is gonna cry after this. I'm sorry. Like I hate to break it to you. I'm not being like a dick or nothing. Like I'm just telling you the truth. Your mama gonna cry. My mama gonna cry. She is, but she gonna cry tears of joy. I'll tell you that.
There it is.
I'm sorry to laugh. It's funny. You guys are entertaining. You guys are definitely entertaining.
Demetrious, we were doing a little research, and everybody knows you're a big gamer head. I'm just curious, man. Like, who's asked you? Tons of games and everything, but do you have like a particular person you might have a rivalry with the most?
Rampage Jackson.
Please elaborate.
I just lit his ass up on PUBG the other night. Him and his squad were going up in the house, and we saw him. And then Willie Lumplump, that's his online gamer name, is Willie Lumplump. He jumped out and I shot his black ass.
Right.
And it was good. So that's
Willie Lumplump is very apropos, right?
Yeah. Yes. So that's our little beef, but it's a friendly beef, He's been streaming for a long time. I've been streaming as well. It's a different way for us to interact with our fans. So it's always like a friendly gesture. The fans and the public love it. Sometimes me and him will do duels together, go run the streets and just light people up. So it's fun.
Yeah. Do you get in on the gaming at all, Kevin?
Nah, not really. I don't really play too much. I got an Xbox, but I don't really. Every now and again I might hop on Halo or something like that.
Okay. You gonna take him under your wing on the Halo?
I don't play Halo anymore.
Damn.
I'm a PC gamer.
I don't know what to do there.
I tried to beat the bridge.
Yeah, not too much. I try and chill out as much as possible.
Okay.
I should maybe. Maybe I should. Maybe that's the key to 10 title defense.
The headband. The bandana is out here.
Right.
Is that directed at a particular fighter you may be going up against soon, or just mantra right now? Or
no, just if you feel like it's directed at you, then that's what whoever watches, if you feel like that's directed at you, you can go ahead and do that. You can go fuck yourself. Like I really don't. Again, like I really don't care. Like if people take what I say one way or another, like that's on you. I don't put it on me. Like that's on you, bro.
There it is.
So Demetrious, a lot of people are making obviously a big deal about you making this, potentially, setting this record. It's almost frustrating, like, to how calm you are about it in a way. Not frustrating, but like it seems so matter of fact to you when it really is a big deal. You recognize that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been here before. I've done multiple title defenses before. So for me, me getting amped up or wasted energy does no good. You know, at the point, I'm chill, relaxed, drinking my water, make sure weight's on point, make sure I'm staying healthy, banging out all the media, and then, you know, when I step an object on and go out there perform, you know, yeah, it's a big deal. Don't worry.
Yeah, what will it mean if you are able to do it?
I mean the world. Obviously, you know, there has been another champion out there to have this many consecutive title defenses year after year, you know, and it's just not that. Just trying to stay healthy, always improving, going out there trying to finish my opponents, passing on my drug test, you know what I mean? And then if I get past this number 11, hopefully I'm healthy, then maybe I can do another one, maybe 12, maybe 13, then we'll go from there.
In the past, do you have a fight that's your favorite, or just one that, you know, you had the most fun in or meant the most to you, any of these wins?
No, they all mean something to me because every single one of them, I gone through something different. You know, the first Dotson fight to the second Dotson fight, you know, there was a lot of animosity there. You know, with the first Joseph to the second Joseph, the killed Junkie. So I have something hold dear to my heart to all those fights.
And you had gone a very long time without having injury or anything like that. And it seems like still your odds are better than a lot of other fighters when it comes to that. But was there something that happened that time? Did you change something in training? Was it
when I was getting ready for the Wilson Hayes fight, or just too quick back to back? You know, I mean, I told everybody the other day, like, if there's something worse to happen with this fight and it fell off, I'll take the rest of the year off. I wouldn't fight for the rest of the year. I'm like, I'm done. People were like, why? You haven't even fought yet. You fought once a year. And I was like, well, dude, it's not, the fighting doesn't put the mileage in the body. I mean, the fighting is easy. It's the time in the gym. So to be able to do 8-week camp and turn this into 12-week camp, you know, my body's just like, I'm over it, dude. I'm over it. Like, I'm just calm before the storm right now. Just waiting to jump on the scale, 125. He jumps in at 125. Go back, chill, get an octagon, then I'll just black out and go to work.
Do you have concerns about it?
No, I don't. Because it shouldn't be my concern. I'm not his coach. I'm not his dietitian. I'm just his opponent.
Demetrious, I was just doing some research before I came in, looked at Fight Metric. In your division, you're number 1 all-time right now in takedowns, significant strikes, strike differential, significant strike differential. Your place in the UFC is certified, legitimate forever. Do you ever start to have those conversations or allow yourself to think about like where you are on the Mount Rushmore as far as like the best fighters of all time?
No, because I don't build that. I won't be building that mountain. You know, I'm going to be the one up there chiseling, doing all that shit.
That would be dope though.
So, no, it would just be a whole bunch of fucking pictures of myself. You know what I said, you know, that can change. That can, you know, one person could, you know, I don't try to put myself on a pedestal. I just go out there and let my actions speak louder than words. With that being said, it's awesome that, you know, Fight Metrics has all that stuff down, but for me, it's just a byproduct of what I do in the gym.
Kevin, you know, were you always a talker? You know, a lot of people, everything now is like sort of post-Conor, so everybody likes to just go, oh, he's trying to be Conor, he's trying to be the next this, next that. If we were to go back and look at Motown Phenom, you know, in like 8th grade or something, like, I mean, were you the guy in the FU headband? Like, you know what I mean?
It's weird that, you know, people think only one person is like that or something. Like, that's just the way we grew up. We talk shit, we get into fights. Like I said, I mean, I done fought some of my best friends, and I done called them way worse than mama jokes. I'll tell you that. Like, shit. I just talk shit. Like, that's what we do. And that's where I'm comfortable in doing. And I feel like a lot of fighters, when they try and do it, like, it comes off like, you know, that's why it don't really stick with a lot of people, just because they're not natural in doing it. That's just what I like to do. I like to talk shit and I like to get into fights. Like, it don't matter how much money you pay me, I'm gonna do that anyway. So
okay. Well, we talked about this a little bit, but that interview with Tony that happened on the air with us after your fight with Michael. In hindsight now, like, did you have any idea how big that thing was going to turn out to be, and what a big deal, and how much it would influence you guys actually getting to fight each other?
Yeah, no, to me, that was just man to man. Yeah. Like, I always showed Tony respect. You know, he's an alumni from the same college I am. So when he was coming up to the Ultimate Fighter and all this, like, I would show him respect. Yeah. For him to go, you know, and be like, oh, try and downplay me and continuously do that, like, I'm just not gonna have it. So to me, it was man to man. Whether it was, you know, 1 million people watching, 100 million people watching, one person watching, it don't matter. Like like I said, we was gonna fight anyway. Like he knew we was gonna fight. He approached me on International Fight Week. He tried to get in my face then with a bunch of PR guys and security around, and I'm like, and that's why I DM'd him. That's why I text him, and I'm like, bro, like I'll text you my address. Like just come to my address. I'll fuck you up. Like you know, it ain't gotta be no security. Don't come around me with security. Because when you do, don't stand up like Kiesa, like, oh, security, get up in here. Like, no, it ain't gonna be no security. If you want to get into a fight, we can. Like, that's bottom line. But
so has he bothered you more in an emotional way than other fighters then? Because, you know, sometimes people say, oh, don't get emotional about it, don't care too much about whose face you're punching. But do you feel like that maybe fuels you more to actually have a dislike for the guy?
Maybe outside of it, because after, regardless, he gonna respect me after this. Regardless, because I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him. And I think Tony is the type of guy that would respect you after that. So, but as far as like himself or during the fight, like I'm just looking at his skills. I look at his skill and I say he got a lot of holes in his game. You know, he take a lot of shots, he take a lot of damage. He like to depend on his chin. And he's got great cardio, but that's about it. You know, he's tough as fuck. But you know, when I look at his skill, like I like a good challenge like that. I like somebody that ain't been broken. So I'm gonna go out there and break him. And I said that before the Kiesa fight too. Kiesa was somebody with that same type of mindset. And you even saw it after the fight. He still wanted to be in the fight. He still wanted to win the fight, and he was unconscious. You know, I think Tony's the same way, and to me, that excites me. You know, yeah, you got some guys like Edson Barboza or you know, Pettis or somebody that's got great technical skill, but really, when you fight these guys that have got a great mindset that overshadow their technical skill, like that's more exciting to me. So that's what I'm excited for.
And speaking of overshadowing, did the way that the Kiesa fight ended?
No, controversy always good. Controversy always good. Any media is good media. So. Nah, I think even, like, you know, people wanted me to be mad at Dana for coming out. There's people talking about it around the water cooler on Monday. Because now even I get recognized a whole lot more now. Some people will come up to me and they be like, oh yeah, Kiesa was out. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You know, you ain't got to tell me. You know, but it gives people something to talk about. Yeah. So after this one, it's going to be the same way. Tony going to go down and Tony going to bitch about it. Either he going to lose on the scorecards or he going to get knocked out. And he going to be upset. And it's going to get people, he going to do the same thing. He going to stand up and he going to say, oh, this is bullshit. And at the same time, he going to go straight to the hospital afterwards.
You know, Demetrious, you said that, you know, if this fight had been moved, you wouldn't have fought again. Just stay at 25 because everybody keeps trying to create these super fights and all this stuff for you elsewhere.
Yeah, I'll say 25. Obviously, if after this, I probably won't fight till maybe March, maybe February or March. Possibly, we'll see. But yeah, I'll say 25. I mean, last night went out to dinner, had 2 chicken breasts with mashed potatoes, broccolini, with seasoning. Had all the good goods on it, and I woke up weighing 138.1. So
it's still not a problem for you to make them.
No, it's not. I mean, the only time I get to like 142, 143s, I have a rack of ribs with a delicious Negro Modelo and some stout. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I can eat whatever I want and still be able to make this. Well, I'll still make the weight, but when I'm eating whatever I want. That's painful to watch, to be honest with you. What's that?
You eat dessert?
Yeah, I eat dessert and all that stuff. I mean, shit, I had Oreos before I came down. I had chocolate because I ate through all the vanilla Oreos that day before. So, for me, making 125 is not a problem, you know.
Is that your main course?
Yeah. That chicken, that chicken.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, I mean, but if the money's right and if it makes sense for me to go up to fight at 135, then yeah, then I'll entertain it. But at the same time, those guys, I mean, last time I talked to Dom, he said he got to like 165. I was like, I've never broke, you know, even after, I mean, I think the biggest I ever got was maybe 148, and that was after surgery because I couldn't train when I had my labrum surgery. But other than that, I've never, when I'm active, drinking, eating, whatever I want, never, you know, I might after a full meal come home with 146, but then the next one I'll be like 143, 142, so.
Do you have an opinion on that Garbrandt-Dillashaw fight?
It was a good fight.
Yeah. You're not leaning toward one guy taking the fight or not?
It's a good fight.
Yeah.
Demetrious announced Henry against Sergio Pettis. Any thoughts on that fight?
Be a good fight. You know, I think Henry Cejudo, he looked good his last fight. I just feel bad for Wilson, man. I just, you know, it's almost like.
Why do you feel bad for him?
You know, just he didn't prove. Looked exactly the same. He walked right into the cross. He wasn't doing what Southpaw should do. He should have stopped. He walked right into the cross, you know. I just feel bad for the guy, you know. I don't like people getting hurt. You know, I don't like hurting people either. So I just feel like it's fucked up, almost, you know. But, you know, with Sergio Pettis, I think Sergio Pettis has more a style that will give Hiroshi more fists because he's been around the block a little more. But it'll be a good fight.
Do you think the winner is probably next in line?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, you know, Hiroshi just came back from, you know, he's got on the winner column and whatnot. And Sergio Pettis, he's got a 3-fight win streak. So if he wins this fight, you know, I think he's no more contender in the flyweight division. I mean, he has 4 fights in a row. I mean, I can't think of another athlete. Maybe Magomedov Bibitov. I don't know how many fights he's got in a row. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
Kevin, how much do you think Khabib factors into your division? Like, Khabib's sort of this entity that is spoken of but rarely seen, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. You even had somebody asking me earlier, like, why is it taking so long for me to get the shine?
Yeah.
And it's really, it's because Khabib has a whole country behind him. You know, he's got all of Russia. Even the man don't even have to fight, and somehow he's still keeping himself in the media. I mean, you know, it's weird. The man don't fight. So what can I do? What can I do? Like, I've been calling this dude out for how long? It's been over a year now.
Right.
He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight nobody, really. He don't want to fight nobody that proves to be a challenge to him. You know, he want to hold on to that imaginary O that he think he got. No, it's weird. I mean, maybe. I said I'll take him on in December, December 2nd. But I don't know. Now Connor's saying that he might be coming back earlier. So we'll see. We'll see how this one shakes up after. But I'm in to let things shake up, especially after this one.
I thought it was really interesting. You were talking a little bit before about how certain fighters sustain themselves with trash talk, and some are better at it than others. Did you have any opinion when Tony was like, "Oh, but you know, you fighting on my undercard"? I actually thought that was a good one. You know,
yeah, I mean, Tony just a weird dude. Like, he just do weird shit. Like, he got I don't know. I think I'm doing the UFC a favor by getting him up out of there, because he's just a weirdo. Like, you see his personality, and like his fight style is even weird, but like his personality and all, he's just a weird dude. I think he's totally full of himself. I think he really think I don't know, man. I mean, I gave him respect for that. The way he stood up to him. I mean, hey, look, I'd have did the same thing, low key. I'd have, you know, we'd have had to throw down if he gonna stand up above me. We got. So he's just a weird dude,
it's an
bro.
individual sport, and you got to protect, you know, your entity. I mean,
I guess. I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't see what the audience was shaking up about.
He does sometimes have the me against the world thing, but I think it's because of the way your job is that you are.
He was a weird dude when he would come back to, you know, we went to the same college. He would come back, and I could even see then. Like, people talked about him because he you know, was the alumni or whatever. And I'm like, I ain't hanging out with that motherfucker. Like, he's weird. Like, he just do weird shit, especially since he moved out here to LA. I mean, I ain't gonna talk. Look, I'm in LA now, so I ain't gonna talk too bad about the folks. But you know, I mean, I listen to Joe's podcast. Eddie Bravo is on there every now and again, and I know they be into some weird shit. So I don't know if so I ain't gonna put my man business out there like that. I mean, he got the sunglasses on for a reason, indoors. You know, it ain't because he tired.
You bring up a question. How many times were you guys both tested before this fight?
I think 3 times for me.
3 times.
Yeah, they be trying to stay on my head.
Not once since after the cancellation of this fight. So other than that, I can't keep track. So.
Can they track that HFN though?
No, they cannot. They cannot.
HFW, sorry.
He tried to bring that up during that little conference call, and I didn't even really know how to respond to it. Like, that's the most ridiculous shit that I ever, like, and really, like, I'm gonna really fuck him up for that. Like, I would fuck him up after that if he keep bringing up. I mean, come on, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, I've been working my whole life for this shit. To try and take it away from me, like, then it just ain't gonna happen. It's fucking ridiculous.
DJ, a popular hot take after the cancellation of the fight with Ray Borg was, oh, DJ had this coming because you didn't entertain the... Do you have any sort of reaction to people who are feeling like wishing bad things for you just because you wouldn't take a fight against the guy who's not even in your division?
Nope.
I mean, does that affect you at all, like, in any way, shape, or form? You've got a lot of fans, obviously, but you have a lot of detractors as well.
Nope.
Nothing whatsoever. Motivation.
It's my motherfucking publisher right here.
Let him speak for you.
Motherfuckers hate. Look, they gonna hate. They gonna hate regardless, right?
Yep.
Right. You gonna still make the same amount of money. Let the motherfuckers hate.
As the great Danny Castillo always said, enjoy going to work on Monday, my friend.
You guys are like Key and Peele now with the Obama sketches.
See?
Kevin's just keeping it real up here.
Say, look, and I'm giving my man some pay-per-view points. Like I'm expecting a little, 5%. 5%? We know. All right.
That's it?
Yeah, smooth.
All right, there we go.
Bam.